Chelsea lineup. Petr starts in goal. Aymeric Laporte plays with Kurt Zouma in central defence. Mohamed Salah plays with Andres Schürrle out wide. Loic Remy is the main striker today.
Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again and welcome to episode number 5 of the Chelsea career mode here on FIFA 15. As you can see, starting a bit of a rotation side in this game against Wigan in the Capital One Cup, hoping to progress through in the competition without having to put our most important and best players on the line to do so. As you can see, again, Felipe Luis coming close to getting us off to a fantastic start as well. And in fact, William Carvalho picks off the midfielder there, sends through Loic Remy, and how is this for an emphatic finish? Racing away so much pace in Loic Remy, 90 plus pace, and that finish was just so good. Clinical on his left hand side as well, not notoriously overly good on his left hand side and his left foot, but that finish in off the post at the very top of the post as well. Post is stamped stuff and bounces across the line into the far side netting. Literally perfect, inch perfect finish from the Frenchman, and we take a 1-0 lead. And then William Carvalho's involved again, plays through Loic Remy again. Al Habsi makes the first good save, and then this is one of the things that is starting to annoy me with goalkeepers at the minute on FIFA 15 before they patch it. Watch Al Habsi, he makes the first save, great save, gets up and then just ignores the ball and starts to just walk off before actually going, oh no, the chance is still about, the ball's still loose, now I need to get back, dive, can't get there, 2-0 Chelsea. I'm not overly complaining because obviously it was enough to give us a 2-0 lead, but at the same time, it really isn't realistic, and that really grinds with my OCD for realism, but still. Pleased to be 2-0 up, and Wigan actually starting to threaten towards the end of the first half, as you saw there. A decent effort that was flashed not too far wide. Thibaut Courtois, or Petr Cech, in fact, I think I started in this one. Yes, Petr Cech, who makes another good save there. Petr Cech wasn't involved or wasn't troubled with the first one, although he did have to dive for it because he wasn't overly sure. Second time around, though, he was able to pick it out of the air, and Oscar, what a finish. This game has been full of fantastic finishes. First one from Loic Remy is top notch, and this one from Oscar, I genuinely don't know how he's been able to get so much power on it by sliding in like that. The technique is beautiful, and the spin on the ball when he hits it makes it curve inside the goal. You'll be able to see the rotation on the ball here from this replay. See, he hits it and it's spinning inside the post to make sure it goes around the goalkeeper. Just truly spectacular technique, and that gives us a 3-0 advantage. Wigan, though, still pushing forward, trying to get themselves back in it if they possibly can. Espinosa flicks it on to Goma, who probably didn't quite compose himself as best he could have done with the pressure from Oscar, I think it was, coming across him. No, it was Branislav Ivanovic, in fact, but still, chances for Wigan, and they could have done something in this game. As you can see, they've thrown so many men forward on all-out attack. They've left themselves open at the back. Mohamed Salah has the entirety of their half to compose himself, race away so much pace, and slots it into the bottom corner to make it 4-0 Chelsea, and that was going to be enough, clearly, to put us through to the next round of the Capital One Cup. So pleased with that. Double for Loic Remy coming in for Diego Costa. Oscar picking up a really nice goal, and then Salah rounding it off with a good counter-attack when Wigan were pushing a lot of men forward. So the next game is against Everton away from home. Obviously coming up against former striker Samuel Eto'o. They had Lukaku on the bench, and they had Christian Atsu in their starting lineup as well, which is weird because he's on loan from us and shouldn't really be involved in a game against his parent club, but that appears to be the way with FIFA.
3 changes for Everton from their last team. Tim Howard plays today, replacing Joel, who's been taken out of the firing line today. Sylvain Distin replaces John Stones, who's been out of sorts lately. Kevin Rallis plays with Christian Atsu, looking to provide width. Samuel Eto'o is the main striker today. Here's the Chelsea lineup. Thibaut Courtois starts in goal. John Terry plays with Gary Cahill in central defence. Nemanja Matic plays with Fabregas in midfield. Diego Costa is the lone striker today.
So this game ended 6-3 in real life, and I was hoping that we could perhaps emulate that sort of ruthless goal-scoring streak, but whilst remaining solid at the back. And well, we got off to a fantastic start. Diego Costa, after 7 minutes, that's his 3rd goal in 3 games in the Barclays Premier League so far this season. He is on fire. So good in real life, scoring goals for Chelsea left, right and centre, and he's doing the same for us in career mode. Great finish across the goal into the bottom corner. Tim Howard, absolutely no chance, and we couldn't have gotten off to a better start. But we know Everton are a good side. Christian Atsu, like I said before, perhaps shouldn't be playing against, well, shouldn't be playing, not perhaps, he shouldn't be playing against us because of the loan issue with the parent club, but that for some reason doesn't get respected on FIFA. And last year we had Romelu Lukaku playing against us for Everton when he was on loan and not necessarily, genuinely able to play against the club. But still, Everton are a threat going forward, and they've had that one chance there that was well saved by Thibaut Courtois, and Leighton Baines really should have done better there. He's a defender, but he does have the confidence in front of goal to put a few shots away, and you would have thought he'd have had the composure in that situation to at least get it on target, if not put it into the back of the net. Fortunately for me, though, he snatched at it and he went high and wide, and we were able to come back up the other end. Aspi playing the ball into Oscar, around the corner to Cesc Fabregas. Good shot, well saved by Tim Howard, but it only goes as far as Azpilicueta, and he pops it into the back of the net to make it 2-0, and that's his first goal of the season. He picked up an assist over the weekend for Chelsea against Aston Villa, and of course now he's scored for us here in the career mode. So it seems to be pretty realistic. The players that are standing out in real life are standing out in this career mode, although one horrible thing that has just happened is the fact that Diego Costa has gone down injured. Now, before, on previous FIFAs with the team management screen, you used to be able to see what the injury was, but I couldn't see there. There's no indication as to what it was, but it's such a strong challenge from Sylvain Distin. Is no surprise that Costa went down injured there, and we'll find out at the end of the episode when we get the email just exactly what that injury is and how long he'll be out for. But Everton still pushing forward. Samuel Eto'o drawing another good save out of Courtois, and had he been able to stay on his feet there, Samuel Eto'o may have been able to have a secondary shot. In fact, the secondary shot in this instance came from Christian Atsu, who had the chance to score against his parent club, and he missed the chance. Really should have got that on target. Perhaps would have been better off going across goal in that situation. So it really was only a tiny little narrow window at that near post to put the ball in. Hazard was so nonchalant with that finish, it actually annoyed me. I wanted him to try and finesse it with his left foot to put it in the far bottom corner, and rather Berbatov-esque in his finish, not really showing any real conviction in the shot, just kind of scoops with the outside of his right foot, and it was a comfortable save for Tim Howard, as was that chance there in stoppage time. But we were able to come out with all 3 points, which is the most important thing, although we may have a costly error. Apologies for making the pun, but Diego Costa is going to be out for 3 months with a broken ankle, which is quite ironic because if you remember from the Chelsea career mode on FIFA 14, I bought Diego Costa in the opening January transfer window and he broke his ankle and was out for 3 months. Unfortunately, we finished 4th in that first debut season in that career mode, hoping to be better here, although obviously Loic Remy and Didier Drogba are going to have to step up to the plate now and really fill the shoes of the extraordinarily good Diego Costa so far this season. So you can see in the background we're going through a squad report so that you guys can see who is progressing and where at the start of this season. Of course, as always, if you want to have a look at someone's stats in closer detail, feel free to pause the video at any point. We'll go through the first team here as you can see, and then the rest of the players in the squad. There are some noticeable improvements to some players, and weirdly, Diego Costa's going up, but the next one, I think, Petr Cech, is the weird one. He has only played a couple of games. You can see confirmation Diego Costa out for 3 months and 3 in 3. Andre Schürrle growing nicely, but when you get to Petr Cech, it's quite weird. He is going up in his goalkeeping stats without playing any games. And then on the other side of that, Thibaut Courtois is playing almost every single game, but his goalkeeping stats aren't going up, but his physical stats are. He was gaining in acceleration, sprint speed, stamina and strength, which is good, I suppose, to have some sort of growth as a player, but I'd rather his goalkeeping stats improved. But regardless, we're going through the squad report now. As you can see, there are some overall improvements as well as quite a few individual improvements as we go through the squad. Loic Remy up 1 already, which is good. We're going to need him to be at the best of his form, similar to how he was in that Wigan game, if he's going to step in for the injured Diego Costa over a prolonged period of time. Petr Cech, as you can see, up 1 to 86 now at the age of 32, which is pleasing because, of course, previously on all FIFAs, at the age of 30, player stats just plummeted. Although Didier's well, he's 36 now. It's no real surprise that his stats are starting to decline, but hopefully they can stay high enough so that he can still have an impact on the first team over the next few weeks and months. Lewis Baker improving as well. He did very, very well in pre-season in the friendly against Sassuolo. So we're hoping that the youngsters continue to make improvements. With Mohamed Salah's losing stats, that concerned me a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see what happens over the remainder of the season. But that's going to bring this episode to a close, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We'll have the squad report in the background, and then I'll show you the league table at the end. But if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that like button. Thank you so much for 22,000 subscribers. We hit that yesterday. Huge support on the channel so far. We've gone up over 3,000 subscribers now since the start of FIFA 15, which is incredible. Incredible, unbelievable support, and I'm truly overwhelmed with it and blessed to have such a supportive fan base. You guys are absolutely epic, and I can't thank you enough. But anyway, of course, feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Links in the description. I do tweet out and discuss with people on Twitter about this career mode when I'm recording it in real time, so feel free to follow me on Twitter so you can stay bang up to date with everything that happens on this channel. There was a new Ultimate Team Road to Glory went up yesterday, so feel free to check that out. I would like some support on that video if it's something you might like to see on a more consistent basis. If that video has gone down well, then there will be another episode of that tonight, and tomorrow we'll have more of this and my player, of course. If you don't know what and when I upload, there is a schedule in the description down below, so you can check that out and see exactly when videos come to you and which videos they are. But that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed, drop me a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.